Today's Gospel briefly tells us about when Jesus got cross, about the activity in the temple when it should have been a house of prayer. This made me think about my relationship with prayer and how that relationship has changed and grown over time. When I was younger, I never really thought much about prayer at all. My family were, and still are not, deeply religious, so I was never really exposed to prayer in the same way that someone growing up in a church family would be. But I knew the Lord's Prayer, and I always wished Jesus a happy birthday before I opened my presents on Christmas morning. But I did not know at the time that this was a form of prayer. Church and prayer never really touched my life in a conscious way until I had my daughter, and I chose to start attending church. Even there, at the start of my faith journey, prayer was really something that other people did for and to me. It was not really until I took a break from church that I realised something was missing. It turns out that what was missing was prayer, or to put it another way, a relationship with our Father. Prayer does not have to be formal. It can be also informal, like having a chat with God. Looking back with hindsight, I can see so many examples of times that God answered prayers that I was not aware I was making. As my faith journey has progressed, I have learnt that there are many different ways to pray. It's not just about getting down on your knees before going to bed and struggling to know what to say. Prayer can be about asking for help and support when we're scared and going through something difficult. But it should also be about being thankful for the things that have gone well. We don't always remember to say thank you when we should. This, I know, is a fault of mine, which I am making a real effort to correct. There are also intercessional prayers, which are the led prayers where one person prays on behalf of a group or whole church congregation. These prayers have their place, but you cannot rely on them as your only method of prayer, as I did in my early days. You will start to rely on other people doing it for you, and that is less rewarding in the long term, even if it seems to be the easier option. The most important aspect of prayer is about being still, taking time to be silent, being calm, and just being in the moment. A moment between you and God when you can really connect with him on a level that is hard to achieve when there is lots of noise and other distractions around. This is the point that I feel Jesus was trying to make. The people of his time had got themselves bogged down with the rules and the right and wrong way to worship, the need to provide sacrifices as a way to say sorry for all that had gone wrong and for times when they had failed to follow the rules properly. Everything was loud and busy, with loads of doves, goats and other animals ready to be purchased for sacrifices. This would have brought a lot of noise and even more smells. Not, I would imagine, all that pleasant. There would have been people trying to outsell each other and shouting over each other, when all they really needed to do was to stop and learn to be still and to listen so they could connect with God in a way that was mutually beneficial to both them and to him. God is not just there to answer our prayers. He is also there to direct us to be the answer to other people's prayer. But if we're not listening, we will miss the opportunity to help others and to grow in faith ourselves. As a church congregation, we have been asked to stop meeting together physically on a Sunday again due to this latest lockdown. But we are invited to join together every day at 12 for a Eucharist service, live streamed from our church. And we are encouraging all of us to stop, to just breathe, to listen, and to be together in prayer at 9 and at 6. This will allow God to strengthen us as individuals and as a congregation. May God bless all your activities today, tomorrow, and always. Amen.